Have you ever had this creepy experience where the lights in your house start flickering whenever she walks into a room? If not, count yourself lucky, because if you have, then you know how terrifying it can be. It's like something straight out of a horror movie. For some people, though, it happens all the time. And for others, it only happens to one particular person. Meaning that there must be something special about her that makes the lights react this way. But what could that possibly be? You might think that it's just a coincidence, or that the wiring in your house is old and needs to be fixed. But what if there's something more to it? What if the lights are trying to tell you something about the girl who makes them flicker? In today's video, we'll be exploring this phenomenon and looking at some possible explanations for why the lights in your house might flicker when she's near. We'll also be talking about some ways that you can fix this problem so that it doesn't happen anymore. So stay tuned and let's get started. Before we get into the science behind why your lights might be flickering, let's take a moment to appreciate how annoying and inconvenient it is when this happens. Just imagine you're trying to have a nice dinner with your friends and family, but every time someone walks into the room, the lights flicker and dim. Or you're trying to watch a movie, but you can't focus because the lights keep changing brightness. It's enough to drive anyone crazy. Now, let's talk about some possible reasons why this might be happening. The first and most obvious reason is that the wiring in your house is old or faulty. When electrical wires are old or damaged, they can cause the lights to flicker. This is because the flow of electricity through the wire is interrupted, which causes the lights to dim or go out completely. If this is the case, it's important to have an electrician come and fix the wiring as soon as possible. Not only is it dangerous, but it can also save you from a lot of headaches and flickering lights. Another possible reason is that the light bulbs themselves are loose or not screwed in properly. If a light bulb is loose, it can cause the connection to become intermittent, which leads to flickering. To fix this, simply screw the light bulb in tightly. However, if the light bulbs are screwed in properly and still flickering, it's time to replace them. Old or low-quality light bulbs can cause flickering, even if the wiring is fine, so it is always a good idea to have spare light bulbs on hand and to replace them when you notice any issues. But what if you've checked the wiring and the light bulbs and everything seems to be in good condition? In that case, it might be time to consider the paranormal. Some people believe that flickering lights are a sign of a ghost or other paranormal activity. If you live in an old house, it's possible that there is a ghost that is causing the lights to flicker. This can be difficult to prove, but if you've ruled out all other possibilities, it might be worth looking into. There are many stories of people who have experienced flickering lights in their homes and have later discovered that there is a ghost living there. Now let's get back to the main topic of this video, the girl who makes the lights flicker. You might be wondering, what does she have to do with ghosts? Some people believe that certain people have a natural ability to attract ghosts or other supernatural beings. If this is true, it would explain why the lights in your house only flicker when she's around. It's important to note that this is just a theory, and there's no scientific evidence to support it. However, many people have reported experiencing similar phenomena in their own lives, and it has been passed down in folklore for centuries. According to some cultures, certain people have an energy about them that is attractive to ghosts or other spirits. This can be due to a variety of factors such as their life experiences, beliefs, and practices. For example, some people who have had near-death experiences claim that they are more sensitive to spiritual energy after the experience. Others may have a strong belief in the paranormal and actively try to connect with spirits through practices such as meditation or seances. These individuals may also be more susceptible to paranormal activity in their own homes. If you think that this might be the case for the girl who makes your lights flicker, are some things that you can do to reduce the activity in your home. First, make sure that you've ruled out all other possible explanations for the flickering lights, such as faulty wiring or light bulbs. Next, try to create a peaceful and positive environment in your home. This can be done by decluttering your space, using essential oils such as lavender or sage, or playing calming music. Additionally, you can try to avoid bringing negative energy into your home. This means being mindful of the thoughts and emotions that you bring into each room. Lastly, you can also try to protect your home from negative energy by using methods such as smudging with sage or Palo Santo. However, if you don't believe in the paranormal and are looking for a more scientific explanation, there are still some possibilities to consider. For example, it's possible that the girl has a natural ability to generate static electricity. This can happen when the body rubs against certain materials, causing electrons to transfer from one surface to another. If this is the case, the static electricity could be building up inside her body and then being released when she walks into a room, causing the lights to flicker. This is unlikely, but it's a possibility nonetheless. Another explanation is that the girl could be sensitive to electromagnetic fields, which can cause her body to react in certain ways. If this is the case, the reaction could be causing the lights to flicker when she's near. Again, this is just speculation, and there's no real evidence to support this claim. But it's an interesting theory nonetheless. As we wrap up our discussion, it's important to remember that there is no definitive answer to the question of why the lights in your house might be flickering when a particular girl is near. While there are some possible explanations, ultimately it's up to each individual to decide what they believe. Whether you believe in ghosts, static electricity, or faulty wiring, it's important to explore all possibilities before jumping to conclusions. If the flickering lights are causing you stress or anxiety, it might be helpful to talk to a mental health professional to explore your beliefs and feelings surrounding the paranormal. They can help you develop healthy coping mechanisms and strategies for dealing with any anxiety that may arise. In conclusion, the next time you find yourself sitting in a room with flickering lights, try to remain calm and open-minded. Observe the situation and see if you can identify any patterns or triggers for the flickering. With careful observation and an open mind, you may be able to determine the cause of the flickering lights and put your mind at ease. And that's all for today's video. We hope you enjoyed learning about some of the possible explanations for why the lights in your house might be flickering when a particular girl is near. Remember, there is no definitive answer, and ultimately it's up to each individual to decide what they believe. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. In the meantime, if you want to continue learning about interesting topics, check out some of our other videos. We cover a wide range of subjects from science and technology to history and culture. There's something for everyone. So sit back, relax, and happy learning.